Welcome to Extraterrestrial Reality. I'm showing on the screen right now, for those who are listening to the show, not watching it, I'm showing a video taken from a series of videos filmed in 2007, 2008, and 2009 in Kumburgaz, Turkey by a night guard there named Yalçın Yalman. These are the famous Turkey UFO videos. It shows not only craft hovering out over the sea off the coast of Marmara in Kumburgaz, Turkey, but you could also see sometimes a hatch is open on top of these weird machines, and you could see the operators inside, the pilots, and they are most certainly not humans. They are certainly extraterrestrial or non-human intelligent creatures of some kind. That's what they are. Just as reported over the decades by many people who have encountered UFOs and or the occupants. And we're going to talk about this today. We're going to compare the aliens that are seen in the Turkey UFO video with the aliens that are seen in the famous Las Vegas alien video from 2023. Of course, I've talked about that a number of times on this show. It was during the late night hours of April 30th and the early morning hours of May 1st, 2023, when something landed in the Las Vegas backyard of the Kenmore family. They were able to capture these creatures on video in a 1 minute and 41 second long cell phone video. That in that footage we see various creatures, as we've talked about a number of times before. All of this has been adjudicated, the Turkey UFOs as well as the Las Vegas alien videos. The Las Vegas videos were authenticated by Scott Roeder, a crime scene reconstruction expert. He determined that the video, him and his team determined that the video was authentic. There was no CGI or special effects added to it, and he also confirmed that there were actual creatures that show up periodically throughout that 1 minute and 41 second video. In fact, it looks like that whole backyard was loaded with alien beings. And then meanwhile, in the series of videos filmed by Yalçın Yalman in Turkey in 2007, 2008, and 2009, we also see alien beings inside the craft as they are hovering out over the sea. It's really amazing stuff, and there's just no question about it. All of this stuff has been adjudicated already. I'm not here to try to convince anyone of anything. If you don't believe this, then you fail the intelligence test. That's all I have to say. If you can't absorb this information and look at it with a critical view, thought, with a critical view, from a critical viewpoint, then I'm sorry. There's nothing I could do. I can't help you. This is something that you have to investigate yourself in order to reach a proper conclusion. I've laid it out here over numerous podcasts, not only the Vegas alien stuff, but also the Turkey UFO aliens. I mean, this stuff is real. It's unquestionably real, and we see aliens in there in these videos, despite the fact that a lot of people out there, a lot of people in the UFO community, a lot of television shows will say that it's inconclusive. They will tell you that it's inconclusive. They are lying to you. For instance, a year or so ago, there was that show that's on the History Channel called the Proof is Out There. Actually, yeah, it was an appropriately named show, saying that the proof is out there because they dance around the proof. The proof is out there. It's not in that show. I can tell you right now. They did a segment on the Turkey UFO videos a year or so ago, and they concluded that the objects that were seen in the video, the flying objects, are UFOs, but they couldn't come to terms on whether or not we were actually seeing alien beings in there. But when you look at the Turkey UFO images taken from that video, I mean, it's very clear. I mean, if you can't see that, then I don't know what to tell you. There are alien creatures in there. And just to be clear, just so everyone knows, the Turkey UFO video was looked at by experts all across the world, and they all made the same conclusions. At the time, this was a big deal. And here I have on the screen right now, there's an article which I talk about a lot. This was a summary of the whole case written by Mario Valdez of Santiago, Chile, and he was a video expert, and this is what he wrote about it. He says, this is with regard to the Turkey UFO case. He says the case developed in the location of Kumburgaz between the years 2007, 2008, and 2009. Its main witness was a night guard named Yalçın Yalman, who, while on duty, registered video of strange objects that appeared at sunrise like floating or changing while in flight over the sea on the coast of Marmara. And anyway, the video was looked at by all different experts. At first, the videos were analyzed and made public by the Serious UFO organization, directed by the researcher Haktan Agdogan. This case made big news in Turkey and in other countries as well. It also started a great debate between the official members of the Turkish scientific community, specifically the National Council for the Study of Science and Technology, or TÜBİTAK. They got interested in analyzing the original video with the intention of determining that the video was nothing more than a hoax, gambling on the idea of scale models, toys, or CGI. That did not turn out to be the case, though. The report came out later on, and Valdis writes about that report here. He says, this is what the report stated: the objects observed on the images have a structure made of a specific material and are definitely not any kind of CGI animation or in any means a type of special effects used for simulation in a studio or for video effects. So the conclusion of this report is that the observations are not a model, maquette, or a fraud, and the last part of the report states, it's concluded that the objects observed have a physical structure and are made of materials that do not belong in any category of airplanes, helicopters, meteors, Venus, Mars, satellites, artificial lights, Chinese lanterns, etc., and that it mostly fits in the category of UFOs or unknown origin. Other analysis was done by video specialist, Image Edition, and special effect companies from Japan, Russia, and Turkey, all ending up with the same conclusions. All of them. In Chile, Valdis asked Professor Jose Atenas to technically examine the videos, an expert in graphics and video with more than 30 years of experience on television. In his appreciation, Jose Atenas also came to the same conclusions, that the images are authentic. So far, nobody has been able to demonstrate that the recordings are a product of tricks or some type of manipulation. Therefore, the debate has concentrated more on the nature and origin of the objects filmed by Yalçın Yalman. Well, regarding the nature and origin of the objects, I think it's pretty clear. They're alien creatures. Where they're from, we have no idea. I would put my money on it that they're from other planets. And then, of course, we'll get into this a little bit later. But then, regarding the Vegas case, of course, we all know that story. The object falls from the sky. It looked like people were saying it was a meteor. Obviously, it could not have been. It was a greenish blue object. It was captured on multiple video sources, including police body cam, a police body camera. It was captured on a Ring camera. It was captured in dashboard cameras and cars from numerous different vantage points. It was seen by people in 4 different states before it came crashing down or making a hard landing in the backyard of the Kenmore family in Vegas. There was a 911 call made stating that there were alien creatures in their backyard, 8 to 10 feet tall. Police responded. Later on, we saw what they did before the police arrived. Before they called 911, they filmed the backyard. They tried to enter the backyard armed, and then they were scared back out by these creatures. And they filmed that backyard for 1 minute and 41 seconds, and we see the creatures there. These cases, both of these cases, the Turkey UFO cases, as well as the Vegas case, as far as everyone should be concerned, they're already been adjudicated, despite what anybody out there will tell you. Now, I know the TV series from the History Channel, The Proof is Out There, stated that there's no aliens there. But again, the proof is out there. They're not telling you. The proof is not in that show. Even though it's an entertaining show, I find it entertaining. At the same time, they came to the conclusion, well, we can't tell if they're aliens or not. Well, they are aliens. That's what they are. There's no question about it. And actually, we're going to scroll through this article from Mario Valdis, and here's images of still images of the craft with the open hatch, and you could see 2 figures in there. You barely see them in that shot there. And then here's a close-up. You could see there's 2 alien creatures in there. And then here's another image of them. You could see that you could make it out. I mean, obviously these things are not humans. They're alien in nature. There's no question about it. Now, I know debunkers out there will try to tell you what you're seeing is the top of a cruise ship, and these are the people operating the ship, which is complete, absolute insanity. That's gaslighting 101. Only an idiot would fall for that line. But you can see there's multiple images on this page. I'll leave the link for this. I think more people need to check this out. You can actually see these creatures moving in these frames here. It's a looped video right here. You see them. You could actually see these creatures moving inside the craft. They're actually moving. This again shows that these things could not have been puppets or anything of that effect. I mean, there's just absolutely no way that this was faked. And there was, in addition to Yalson Yalman, I mean, there was other people that would join him when he was recording these videos. In fact, the late Dr. Roger Lear joined him on one night, and he looked through the zoom lens that Yalson Yalman had, and he saw the craft and creatures with his own eyeballs. So there was a lot of witnesses, in addition to the fact that all the video experts that looked at this from 4 different countries couldn't come to a determination on whether, couldn't say that it was hoax. They believed that it was real. That's what their conclusion was. And here's some more images on this page. You see what these aliens look like. There's a far away shot and then a close up. You see, the big heads. You can see an eye there, an eye there. Let's scroll down a little bit. There's another a closer shot of it. I mean, this is pretty. Again, it's an intelligence test at this point. I mean, the videos are real, and these are the pictures here. Now look at this. I mean, that TV show on the History Channel called "The Proof Is Out There." The expert that talked about this, Mark D'Antonio, couldn't say whether or not this was. He couldn't say what this was. I think it's pretty clear what it is. It's an alien creature. I mean, look at its look at the enlarged head. I mean, that's not a human head. Look at the facial features. Look at the black dark eyes. Look at the mouth. I mean, look at it. It's just, this is what it is. That's what it is. There's no other explanation for it. And then look at here. Here's another some other images here. You could see this. You could see. Well, this is a image of looks like a shorter kind of a gray creature with the big eyes. You could, the moon apparently was out that night. It was shining on the top of his head, but you could see its eye there, an eye there. You could make out a little bit of its mouth, just like people have described. They say it looks like a little. The mouths are always small. Look like just a line on their face. And then you scroll down here a little bit more. There's a close-up of this thing. I mean, obviously, this is what it is. Just like people have described, people who have come in contact with these things, this is what they say they saw. That's most certainly an alien creature there. And then later on, he found what looks like, in addition to the gray creatures, these praying mantis type beings. Like right here, this is a praying mantis, and then he tries to do a drawing over it to show you what he's seeing. Here's the real image there, and he has a drawing here, so you can get a better idea of what you're seeing there. I mean, this is amazing stuff. Amazing that we have this video, that we're able to look at this. We're able to see what these creatures look like. I mean, what are they up to? What are they doing? Where do they come from? I mean, how does a civilization like this evolve into this? I mean, it's all these kinds of questions that run through your head when you look at this stuff, but it's amazing. I highly recommend, if you have not seen this page before, I would most certainly check it out. Who knows how long it's going to be on the internet? At some point it might be scrubbed away. We don't know. This is an image of these what they believe are 2 gray aliens with big eyes, and they're standing above someone, maybe a human being that's laying down in a prone position right there. And then there's another image later on. Look at this is what they're saying. We're seeing here. There's 2 creatures there, and there's possibly a person. Were they abducting people in that area of the world, and then taking the craft out, hovering out over the sea, totally not knowing that they were being filmed the whole time over the course of a 3-year period. I guess that could be it. I don't think they would have allowed this had they known. Here's some more proof that shows that these things you could see movement inside the craft, inside in that open hatch area. And this is like one of my favorite set of pictures here. On the top here is an original is a screenshot directly from that video where you see 2 gray beings standing right behind this. Looks like a human being in a prone position, and in front of it on the other side it looks like there's a praying mantis type creature. And here's the drawing version of it that Valdez drew, and then he laid that on top of the original, and then you see what it really looked like. You get a better idea of what was going on there. So yeah, there's no question about it. But when you compare them, I want to compare some of these creatures now with some of the creatures that we see in the Vegas alien video. Now, of course, we have a lot of different stills we could look at here. Okay, right here, this is one that was standing near the heavy equipment in the backyard, near the front loader. You can see that creature there. Now, when you look at the turkey videos, you don't really see something that looks like this. You don't really see it. This thing here looks a lot like a creature that one of the Allagash Four, that the Allagash Four had seen back in 1976. Of course, in that story, there were four friends went on a big wilderness adventure, and in the Allagash Wilderness in Maine, and they had an encounter with a UFO, and then they had some missing time, and it took at least it was over 10 years when they all realized that they lost time and that they were abducted by aliens, and they went and they were hypnotized, and one of the people that was abducted drew this drawing here, and this to me looks very, very similar to this. So that's a very close facsimile. Here's another image from the Vegas case. These things, it looks like there's two heads right here, one here and one here inside of the cab of the front loader during one point of the video. Let me see. I think I have an enhanced version of that one. Yeah, here we go, so you can see it better. You know, very large heads, very large eye cavities. I can't even describe what we're seeing here. I don't think we have it's not a good enough view to really, it's their faces, I'm sure, but I don't know, where how big their bodies are, was one part of their bodies hanging out on the other side of the tractor, or excuse me, out of the front loader on the other side, and we can't see their whole bodies. We just can't tell. It's just you couldn't tell. And of course, here's this one again, and then here's another image of it where its arm was, you can see its arm lifting up. But I think, of course, some of the more famous images is like this one here, the one we call UB, the undeniable backbreaker. That's unquestionably, to me, it looks like a little gray. And let's see what else we have here. Here's another image of that same gray when he throws its head back. And here's actually the video version of it in motion, and it's stabilized. You can see it. It's there it is right there, and then it turns its head. There's no question about it. That's what that is. And here's another alien. This is a close-up shot of another alien from the Vegas video. All of these things, a lot of them do look similar to some of the creatures in the Turkey UFO videos. Now, the one thing I will say, this one here this is from the Turkey UFO video. This one here, to me, right, it seems like it has a larger cranium. I mean, if this is a short grade, then it has a larger cranium, I believe, than this one from the Vegas video. I mean, this looks like the head doesn't look as large. It doesn't look. I mean, and it actually does turn its head in this video, so you do get an idea. Let's look at the live video again. It does turn its head slightly when it makes its appearance. There it is. You see it, and then turns its head a little bit, and then it just puts it. Then its head, throws its head back, and it disappears. They're using some sort of cloaking technology. Let's see. Here's another image of it, and then here's an enhanced version of it where I drew some lines around it and darkened in the eyes so you could see it better. And then I colored in the whole thing, and so that's what the Vegas alien looked like. And that, to me, is different than these things, than this thing here, from the Turkey UFO video. That's different. And here's another one from the Turkey UFO video. This was an enhancement, too, by Shannon Scott of Military Witnesses to UAP. This one here is very strange. It has a much higher forehead. I mean, its forehead is really high. It looks like it goes up there more so than in some of the other images of the alien creatures that we've seen when you compare it to the Vegas case. And you can't see in this image. It's hard to tell whether this is an insectoid or a reptilian. I'm not sure. I looked over this image. It's just you can't tell where its mouth is because it gets dark under here. You can't really see where its neck. It looks like you can make out a little bit of its neck, but you can't can't see the bottom of its head. You see where the eyes are, and then where the mouth area would be, it's all dark, it's all blackness there. But this is pretty clear. There's no question about it. This is a being of some kind, right? Obviously non-human, obviously. And a lot of this stuff, when you look at these images, like here's a picture that was given to Leonard Stringfield, the late investigator, of one of the Roswell aliens. He actually drew this based on information he received from someone, and that's what they look like. I mean, this is what we've been talking about, and you look at a lot of the creatures that you see in the not only in the Vegas video but also in the Turkey UFO video. I'm going to pull up some more Turkey UFO stuff here. Yeah, here's a close-up of that one that Shannon Scott had provided. Right, it's hard; you can't really see what's underneath this. You can see most certainly the eye here, and the forehead that doesn't quit. But that's about it. You really can't make much more out. But most certainly it is something, right? It's something, and it's most certainly not human. Here's another image from the Vegas case where the short gray, or we call him UB, the undeniable backbreaker, because he broke the back of the debunkers. They have nothing to say on this case. Mick West is in a frenzy over it. He hates when it gets brought up. He doesn't want to talk about it. But yeah, this is when the gray alien throws its head back. Here's an enhanced version of that. And then here is further enhancement of it. I colored it in so you could see where it is better. And here's the original back. You can see the original again. Yeah, all of these things, they do look somewhat similar, except, like I said, I think that the aliens from the Turkey here. Now here's a side by side of the two Turkey creatures, pretty clear shots of them. Like this one here, I don't know. Is it? I don't think that we're seeing this kind precisely in the Vegas video, but I don't know. I just don't know. It's hard to say. And then you have to wonder, okay, it seems like they're all different. They come in a variety of shapes and sizes, these beings. I mean, they have been, some of them, some people report extremely large heads, and then some people say, yeah, their heads are oversized for their bodies, but they're not this big, right? And then, of course, there was the face that appears above the fence. Let's take a look at that. This isn't from the Vegas video. This is the big creature, the large creature whose face appeared above the fence. And then here's an enhanced version of it where I drew lines around it so you could outline. I outlined it and then colored in its eyes, and then colored in the whole face area. So this is what that pretty much looked like. Again, there's an enhanced version, colored in, with lines outlined, and then here's the original again. Most certainly, that when you look at this and you compare this to what we're seeing in the Turkey UFO videos, you don't really see something that looks precisely like this. I mean, let's go back. We could go back to the that article here. Okay. Some of these. Okay, wait. Where was that here? Yeah, this so this one right here. Like, I think that this does look similar to some of the things that we're seeing in the Turkey UFO video. This face right there. When you look at some of the images here, let me from the Vegas case, it does look somewhat similar. Like this one here. Is that the same as this one here? Could be. I mean, let's go back and forth here. Look at that. And here's from the Vegas case right there. I circled it. I blew it up. This was I zoomed in this area right here. This was a still shot, and it was in this area right here where you see that face. It was zoomed in, and then you look at that, and then you go back to this. It looks pretty much that could be the same kind of thing right there. We're not sure though. I think I guess the bottom line is it looks like they come in a variety of different shapes and sizes. You have to wonder if the bigger the head, the bigger the brain. Does that mean the smarter the creature? I did do some reading up on that a little bit, and yeah. It says on AI tells me on average people with larger brains tend to perform better on cognitive tests, but brain size is only a small part of the picture. There are other factors like brain structure and neural activity. They're also important. I would imagine that's probably the case with these beings, but when you're talking about a head that's this big, right? I mean, compared to its body, I mean, it looks like there's a lot more space for a brain. So I'm assuming that this creature might possess more intelligence than maybe than UB, than the undeniable backbreaker. Maybe this one here has more intelligence than this one here, because this one's head here doesn't look as large as the one in the Turkey UFO video. Here's another creature that was seen. Actually, here, this was an image right here. This was sent to me by Sean Catlin. You could see he put this, somebody, either him or somebody put this line around this creature here. You could see it. This was near the heavy equipment in the backyard. Looks like it's bending its neck, has a skinny neck, and its head is tilted somewhat. And then I did I verified this creature myself. This was a different image of it. It's right here. They were going into the yard. This is right before they got chased out. There was lines I drew around it so you could see what I'm seeing there. There it is. There's the one with the lines drawn around it, and then there's this one there. You can see a big eye there, a big eye there. There's his head there. This thing was moving. Actually, when you look at that video very closely, you'll see that this thing here was moving. I think that they are all. It looks like these creatures. Okay, I guess the bottom line is, it looks like I think that they are all related. I think that even though there are differences in the size of their skulls, when you look at the creatures in the Turkey UFO video with some of the creatures in the Las Vegas alien video, there's some differences, most certainly. In fact, if you look at the Vegas video, there's multiple different kinds of creatures there. In fact, let me just pull some of them other different, some of those weird ones up here, like this one here. There was something moving at one point. This came on a frame. It's hard to even make out what this is, but it appears in only 1 or 2 frames. I'm thinking that right here is an eye, and here's an eye, and this is an open mouth. It looked like it was moving from to left. It was moving into the front loader. That was a strange looking one. I'm not even sure, but it's something. This whatever this was, it appears and then it disappears. It shouldn't have been there, but it was there for some reason, and then it's not there. And then this was one of the really strange ones from the Vegas alien video. This image here, right here, this is a creature. It was very difficult. This one was most certainly using some kind of cloaking technology because you could barely see it. It was somewhat transparent. I had to fool around with the tint and the coloring and able to just get it to look this good, and it doesn't look that good, but you could still discern an eye here, an eye here. It has like some kind of a split on top of its head. Its mouth is open here. So this was a weird looking creature. I'm not sure. Again, there was a variety of creatures in the backyard in the Vegas video, and looks like that's the same. The same goes with the Turkey UFO videos. There's a variety of different kinds of creatures we're seeing. Some of them look different than the other ones. I mean, some of them have, some of them, their heads are much larger. Some of them, their bodies are larger. Now, another thing I'll say about the Turkey UFO videos is the fact that the praying mantis creatures that you could see here really look like praying mantis creatures. I mean, let's go to that one image here. I mean, it really looks like a bug. I mean, this one right here. If you look at this here, right there, and here's the drawing of it. I mean, this thing here looks like a bug. Now, you compare that with these tall creatures from the Vegas alien video. I don't know if they're the same thing or not. These might be somewhat different. I have no idea. If you look at some of the drawings that the family members drew, this is what the drawings look like. One of them has antenna on the head. The other one doesn't. And they were very tall, 8 to 10 feet tall, maybe even 11 feet tall. They weren't sure. All they know is that they were very tall. But they didn't know about the smaller ones in the video, like this guy here. They didn't know that he was in there, I don't think, because they didn't even talk about that. They only talked about the tall ones. But again, I guess the point here is that there were a variety of different aliens in both videos. And I guess the question is, are they all, or the ones that we see? I guess here's the bottom line: are the aliens that we see in the Turkey UFO video? Are they the same? Are they working with the same aliens that we see in the Vegas video, or are they from different places? Are they different species, or what? Or are they competing with each other? It's hard to say. We really don't know. But there are some similarities into how they look, despite the fact that, again, when you look at that Turkey UFO video and you look at the size of the head here of that one being, it seems much larger. I mean, it's for a gray, it looks like a smaller kind of a creature, but it looks like it's much larger to me, the head size, than what we see with the smaller creatures from the Vegas video. Yeah, much smaller. So to me, this head looks smaller, this from the Vegas case, than this other head from the Turkey UFO video. And you don't really see, here it is, there's a difference right there. And you don't really see something like this. Like this is the one that Shannon Scott gave me, the enhanced version from the Turkey UFO video. This, you don't really, it's hard to say if there's something like this in the Vegas video. I mean, this could be the same thing as the creature that appears above the fence. I mean, this could be the same thing as that, but we just can't say for sure. I mean, is it? I don't know. I mean, is that thing the same as that? Could be. I don't know. Is it? Wait, hold on, the wrong picture. Is that the same as the other one? Is the same as that creature from? Is that thing the same thing? I don't know. Could be. You can't really see a mouth on either of them, so it's really hard to tell. I don't know, but they're alike enough, I guess, that we could say that they're probably all connected. Right? I don't know. I just thought it would be interesting just to compare these creatures with each other. This is what we have. For these two, between the series of videos that were shot in Turkey in 2007, 2008, and 2009, and the Las Vegas 1 minute and 41 second long video, between both of those videos, right? That's the best proof. That shows us unequivocally that there are alien creatures here. There's no debate anymore. That's all been adjudicated as far as everyone should be concerned. Of course, there are going to be people out there who will lie to you about this, and that's fine. I mean, some people need to go through life with the blinders on, and that's probably for the best for those people. But for the rest of us, I'm interested in finding out whether all of these things are working in concert with each other. Are they all part of the same team, or are they from different planets? I mean, there are some differences between them, but at the same time, they do look somewhat the same, but there is a variety at the same time in the series of Turkey UFO videos. There's a variety. You see different kinds of creatures, it seems, and then when you look at the Las Vegas video, there's most certainly a collection of different types. But anyway, I just want to go back again to the Turkey UFO video here. I want to go back to that article. Yeah, when you look at this guy here, like this is from this is captured from one of the videos from the collection of Turkey UFO videos. You see this guy here, and then you look at some of the other images of some of the creatures that were captured. Like this looks like this. This is what I'm talking about. Variety. This looks different than this to me. Right. This looks like a narrower kind of a head. Right. And actually that looks more like something that we see in the Vegas video. That's what it looks like to me anyway. It looks like something like this. That's what it looks like to me. This one right there, that they're very similar. But when you look at other videos, other creatures captured in this same video, like this one, it doesn't look. These look like two different things. Like this looks to me, this looks different than this. This is a narrower head compared to this thing. I don't know. This looks like it has a bigger. The circumference of the top of its head seems much larger to me. And also these series of images here. I don't know. These creatures look different. In fact, these might be they might not even be grays. These could be reptilian, like right here. I don't know what this looks. This looks different. Looks like there's a sort of a jawbone here, perhaps. It's hard to really tell, but most certainly there's something there, and it most certainly isn't human, but it is there. You're seeing it. They're really there. And I guess you have to wonder. I guess that's the big question: were the creatures that you see in the Turkey UFO video, are they working with the creatures that you see in the Vegas video? Or are they all part of this, coming from the same place? Right? I don't know. Probably. And it looks like, when you look at the Turkey video, I mean, basically, it seems like they might have captured an alien abduction. I mean, this is what you might be seeing on here. I mean, when you look at the series of images here with it looks like the two grays and the insectoid standing there next to what could be a human being laying on a table. Who knows? Who knows? I know one thing. I don't think that these creatures would have, if they would have known they were being filmed, they would have done something about it. They probably thought they were safe hovering out there in the middle of a sea in the black of night. They probably thought no one would ever see them. But luckily, somebody did see them, and somebody filmed a lot of video and a lot of different instances where we get to see these things. Anyway, I just thought it would be interesting to compare them. Yes, I guess in conclusion, I just like to say this. I think that there is some similarities. There's also some differences. Actually, there's similarities within each of the series in the series of Turkey UFO videos. There's some differences between the creatures that we see, and when you look at the Vegas alien video, there's some differences between the creatures we see there too. There's a variety, and if you take creatures from both videos, it looks like some of them do match up pretty closely, and some of them do not. I would have to think, though. I don't think these creatures from both of these events were operating on under different rules. I think they're all most probably part of the same team. That's just speculation. We can't say for sure, but I think they're all working with each other, and this is what they look like. Obviously, there's some variety in their appearance. That's what it probably is, I would have to say. Just like with human beings, there's a variety in the way we look. There's a variety in the way these aliens look. I mean, yeah, a lot of them do look the same when you see them, right? But when you you actually have some video of these creatures from two different instances, two different events, and you put them side by side, there's some differences there. And there's some differences within each of the incidents themselves. So I think that I guess what we could say here today is that, they come in a variety of shapes and sizes, different head sizes, different eye sizes. What does it all mean? Is it all by design, or does the ones with the bigger heads, like the ones we see in that Turkey video, do they have a different purpose than some of the ones with smaller heads? We don't know. It's all speculation. But the bottom line is that we at least we have these videos, and we can make these kinds of comparisons. I think that's interesting. Anyway, I just want to say this. I want to say thank you all for joining me today. Until next time.